Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral, joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command once again. Today's episode, we're going to be doing a episode of Ship Talks. You all know what this is about. We pick a topic or a ship or something on the lines of that. We talk about it. We talk it in detail, a little bit about what it does, how it works, the upgrade costs, and I run down basically everything involved with this ship. The ship, obviously, as you can see today, we're going to be talking about the Valdore. This is obviously the Tier 1 lookalike, because I do not have this ship unlocked as of yet, due to the nature, because it is shipyards level 42, which I'm only 39, and obviously it's grade 4 ship research, which I apparently don't have either. So they both need doing prior to me unlocking this ship. But we have thankfully been helped out by a few people overall. Them people in question are going to be, for this one in particular, is going to be Jukes. So thank you very much for the screenshots. And we're also going to be looking at a different tab as well, or a website as well, which we will talk about. Everyone probably is aware of the website that we're going to be looking at, but if you're not, we will discuss it in just a quick second. So once again, hit that subscribe if you're going to find this useful or, well, maybe just interesting. And yeah, let's dive straight in. So like I said, the ship we're going to be talking about is the Valdore. So we're going to pull up one website which is going to help us out massively. And that is this one, which is the STFC.space website. We're going to go to G4, obviously, Romulan, and we're going to get up the Valdore. It's simple as that to navigate. It is super simple. When it comes up to certain things as well, we are going to have in the on the screen in the top left, just above where my head is, basically straight up there, we're going to be having screenshots as and when I talk about certain things. And we're going to be talking about, obviously, the upgrade costs and stuff like that. So we will talk a little bit about the Tier 1 version, obviously, as you can see on the site here. We also are going to be talking about specific tiers that obviously have been sent by a couple of players. And basically the fundamental cost of everything, which is quite staggering, if I'm honest. But yeah, let's talk about the Tier 1 version of this ship. So the blueprint itself, obviously, you got the total required is 150. You got the cost per blueprint, which is 1320. So the total amount you need is 198,000 Romulan credits to unlock this ship. Hopefully, you can see all this in the picture. I'll try and zoom in a little bit for you. Try and zoom. Okie dokie. There we go. So hopefully you can see the picture. But I will be relaying all this to you anyway, so it doesn't really matter whether you can see it in detail. But yes, so 198,000 Romulan credits are needed. It takes 150 days to complete with obviously no speed ups, or that is obviously base. So if you have any obviously research, obviously that will factor in and reduce that time. It also costs 25 million trip, 1.6 million dill, 4-star common refined ore of 2,450. And 4-star common refined gas of 7,000. And then moving on down, the website is absolutely fantastic because, as you can see here, this can go to 1 to tier 12, and you just use this slider to select what tiers you want. So, for example, we just want to look at tier 1 for the time being because that's what you're going to unlock the ship at, and that's how you're going to basically operate it until you can upgrade the ship. Hopefully, you can upgrade it sooner rather than later when you unlock it. So yeah, the repair cost for this ship at tier 1, which we have got a screenshot above for tier 6 variant, but for tier 1, as you can see here, is 31.2 million trit, and it's going to be 1.28 million dilithium. Time is 22 hours. Again, this is, I believe, all without research, so just bear that in mind. And then obviously it gives you it in seconds for whatever reason it gives you in seconds. I'm not entirely sure why it gives you in seconds. But if you go, for example, to a tier 6 ship, it comes up here without any of the different things, I guess. It gives you 516 million trit and 12.9, again, without any bonuses or anything like that. So just bear that in mind. So anyway, going back to number 1. But again, I'll do screenshots just above showing the repair stuff of that specific tier as and when. So going down, we've got the power of the ship, starting base power without any bonuses due to research, once again. And it basically gives you the DPR, the armor piercing, accuracy, shield penetration, and a bunch of other stats that could be incredibly useful to you if you are that type of person. If you're a bit of a type of guru type person, I guess, for all these types of things, who want to min-max absolutely everything within the game. These are really useful if you want to get into that sort of nitty-gritty of the ship itself. Moving on, we're going to move on to the attack, defense, i.e. the weapons upgrades and the shield/impulse engine, which is classed as defense/health upgrades. So again, just above me will be screenshots of the tier 6 weapon upgrade cost. We can get that up here anyway, as we can see here. So it does tell you how much you'll need for getting from tiers 1 to tier 6. Alternatively, from tiers 5 to tier 6, you can see all the costs here. Or in this case, because they're already a tier 6, technically it'd be from tier 6 to tier 7. So this is the amount you need to get from tier 6 to 7 in total. And as you can see, it is an absolute unbelievable amount. So trait, you're going to need 80.4 billion, 2.76 billion at dilithium. You're going to need 572,000 common parts for 4-star, obviously. Uncommon parts, 4-star. Obviously, these are explorer parts as well. So you're going to need 155,000 of them. And you're going to need 18,000 refined ore, rare refined ore. And then you're going to need 64,955 uncommon refined gas and 23,000 just over rare refined gas as well. And it takes a hell of a long time. It also, the repair cost is 764 million. Again, without any modifiers with regarding to the research and everything else you have done. So screenshots above are with the max research and stuff like that in terms of the cost. So for the level that the player is currently at. So just bear that in mind. So you will see a reduced amount of ore and gas needed, depending on obviously what level you are and stuff like that. So you might see a slight discrepancy from the screenshots above. But yeah, so we've got the phaser, which is above now. That's how much it costs. And as you can see here, it does tell you what it costs anyway here, just if you obviously wanted to see it. This is the base rate cost, and then above is with the obviously the different repair stuff that you can get. So the base rate is just over 27,500, and that's the explorer parts. And then rare ore is 2,800 or 4-star. Uncommon refined gas is 13,900, and rare refined gas is 3,900. And you can see the difference from the image above. And then disruptor array, so we got 2 phaser turrets, so they cost exactly the same. So I'm not going to go over both of them. They're exactly the same. And then going down, you got the disruptor array. So the disruptor array is even more expensive. I think it's a little bit crazy how expensive this has actually become, certainly for this tier. But if you go to tier 1, it's not horrendous. I mean, you go to tier 1 and you got obviously the different sort of, we want to go from tier 1 to tier 2, sorry. There we go. So we got tier 1 to tier 2, and it's not horrendous. So 228 million, 12.5 million, and obviously a bunch of common refined materials. Disruptor is 292 million, 16 million dill, and again, a bunch of 4-star commons, which again is not horrendous. Moving on down to the shields, you got the tritanium, say that right, dilithium, and that is 158 trit and 8.7 million dill. Again, with thousands basically of commons, which is not too bad. Pretty much, and then obviously the tritanium armor is virtually identical. It is identical for this level. Warp range is something that you should obviously focus on, probably before shields and trit. The warp range for this ship from going from level or tier 1 to tier 2 is going to increase your range to 100, which is going to be obviously massively useful if you want to get to obviously some of the deep space stuff. And to be honest, it's not horrendously expensive. So you just need to work on obviously getting your common materials obviously refined and get them up. Start at 39 and start working on them, because you unlock the refinery for 4 stars at 39. So as long as you keep working on them and building them up, by the time you get to level 42, you should have a decent amount stockpiled up. But yeah, going up to the tier 6, which is going to be the screenshots above, once again, this is the difference when you get it to this sort of level. I know not every player is going to get to this sort of level. You're going to maybe get it to like tier 4, tier 5. But because I've got the screenshots, I'm just going to show you these ones. But again, as you can see here, we went through them, 35,000 for the disruptor. But going down, you're going to need an obscene amount for the shields and the titanium armor. The warp range of this ship going from tier 6 to 7 is going to be 160 as well, which is, again, pretty good. And the overall cost of it is actually not horrendous in comparison to the other upgrades for the ship, I guess. So you're going to need 8.84 billion trit and 304 million dilithium. Again, the difference is above now as we speak. Another great thing, we're going to move on from obviously this now. Another great thing about this website as well, it also gives you the firing pattern of the ship. So if you are interested in working out the firing pattern, what weapons fire in what order and what sequences and what rounds they fire in, this will tell you this, and it gives it all laid out in this table here. So if you want to see this, to head over and you can do that there. The other thing as well, it gives you the required scrapyard level you need to be to scrap this ship, which is 55. And it also tells you exactly what you need or what you will get if you have a level 55 scrapyard, for example. So if you scrap this ship at level 55, I'm not entirely sure why you would do that, but if you did scrap this ship at level 55 and the ship itself was, say, tier 6. So if it was tier 6, it'll be level 30 maximum. So this is what you'll get for a level 30 ship at level 55, obviously scrapping it. And you're going to get 6 billion trit back, 292 million dilithium, a bunch of basically other ship experience. And then you're going to get a bunch of 5-star materials back. So common explorer parts, 19,000 of them. Uncommon parts, 1,600. Common ore, you're going to get 1,000. Uncommon, 87. And then common refined gas, 25,000. And then uncommon refined gas is 193. And they're all 5-star materials if this was, for example, a tier 6 ship. However, if you did max this ship out for whatever reason, you could do that, which is obviously at level 60. Since level 60, obviously the max tier of this is 12. So the max level for this ship, I believe, should be 60. Please do correct me if I'm wrong, because when I've come to do these, it does say here level 60, it is correct, yes. It does say at the top as well what level it can go to. I believe my maths was correct there. So yeah, if it was level 60, for example, you're going to get 204 billion back of trit, but you got to remember how much you're spending on it. You're also going to get, in terms of the other things in the list, you're going to get thousands of uncommons. You're going to get hundreds of the rare ore and gas this time. And you're also going to get epics as well. And again, these are all 5-star materials. That could help you go towards your level 50 plus ships. Moving on down from that, you got crew slots. You got officer bonuses. And then you got the Valdor cloak, which tells you how much that's worth. You need 60 of them to get the Valdor cloak. And the Valdor cloak is obviously very useful when you're coming to do, obviously, certain dailies, missions, whatever it might be. It also gives you, obviously, bonuses towards attack and stuff like that, depending on, obviously, what research you've done again. And then the table down below just gives you, basically, how many levels each require to get XP wise. So to get up to the next level, how much XP you need. So to get up to, say, I don't know, let's say level tier 6 again. So you need 1.6 million XP to get to that level, for example. It also gives you the warp range of all of the ship levels as well. So, or all the ship tiers technically, because you upgraded per tier. So first, you start on an 85 warp range, going up to then tier 2, you go up to 100. And then it basically goes from tier 2 to 3, which is 105. Then to 125 for 4, 140 for 5, and then up to 160 for tier 6. To be honest, I can't see many people going that far past tier 6 just because of the sheer cost of the ship and the fact that you're probably going to try and move your resources onto probably the 45/50 ships. That's probably what you should do. So getting up to tier 6 is probably way more than people are going to do. So you're probably going to focus on getting it around tier 5, maybe even tier 4. So you're going to be looking at in the region of 125 to 140 warp range, which is pretty decent. You also get a warp speed of around that sort of figure as well. You're going to be getting 4.6 and a 4.7 as well, which is, I don't know whether that's good or bad. It looks okay, but it looks quite low. I don't know if that's entirely correct. Maybe that's the speed bonus it gives you. I'm not entirely sure what it means by speed there, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what this website does, and that's what it allows you to do. So if you haven't seen this website, again, head over to obviously Star Trek Fleetcommand.space. Gives you all of this information. We will be doing more videos like this in the future, so look forward to seeing them. And hopefully this video has been insightful. Do I think the Valdor is something you should go for? Absolutely, 100% yes. It's an absolutely incredible ship for level 42s. So if you can get this ship, I do thoroughly recommend getting this ship because it is very, very, very good. So yeah, hopefully, again, you've enjoyed this video. Again, I apologize for the length due to the fact that ship talks always takes a little bit longer just because we've got to go through so much information and stuff like that. But hopefully you've enjoyed it. As you can see, the ship, beautiful, glorious ship in the background here. And other than that, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.